Well, hello, graduate students at UC Santa Barbara. We're very lucky to be at the Graduate Post headquarters here with Lindsay Kahn of the UCSB Graduate Division, and Lindsay has agreed to offer the first ever online thesis and dissertation filing workshop. You can watch this as many times as you'd like from the privacy of your own estate or room as you get ready to file the perfect thesis and dissertation for completion of your graduate study at UCSB. Lindsay, thank you so much for being here.
Don, thank you. So if you're getting ready to prepare your dissertation or thesis for submitting, or if you just want to get an early start and get it formatted properly from the beginning, this is a great place to start. We're only going to talk about formatting and margins in this part, and then we'll talk about some of the other requirements for graduation in the second and third part of this workshop. So first thing, formatting and margins. And most importantly, if you're not sure where to start here. Download the template that we have on our website. It's at this address. You just download it. It's in Word format, and it's already properly formatted. We can't guarantee that it will, once you make your changes, it will still look right. So we encourage you to bring it in for a pre-check to our office. But if you start here, that's really the best place to start. And you'll recognize the sample because I'm going to use it for the workshop. So we'll start with the title page. The title page needs to look very much like this. It starts with University of California, Santa Barbara. It has the title of your dissertation or thesis. Your title cannot contain symbols or any kind of scientific letters, no subscript or superscript. And we ask that here you avoid abbreviations. Spell everything out in the title. If you're writing your dissertation in a foreign language, you should also include an English translation of your title at this time. The second part will say a dissertation, or for a master's thesis, a thesis, submitted in partial satisfaction of the requirements for the degree, Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Arts, Master of Science, whatever's appropriate for you, in and your major. Sometimes the major is different than the name of your department, so if you're not sure, check with our office and we can let you know what it is. You do not include emphases or specializations at this time. And then it'll say by and your name. Please use your full legal name as the registrar's office has it, because that's how we're going to know who you are when we give you your degree. For your committee, you list your committee in charge beginning with your chair. You should indicate them with their title, professor if they're a professor, doctor if they are not a UCSB professor. And then finally the date, and this needs to be the date and year that the degree will be awarded, not when you submit the dissertation or when you defend. So for a spring degree, it will be June. For a summer degree, it will be September. For a fall degree, it's always December. And for a winter degree, it's always March. And this page is page number 1, but you do not have a page number on this page. So that's the title page. The signature page is very simple. It just says the dissertation or thesis of and your name is approved. You list your committee in the opposite order of the title page, and that's because your chair signs last to show final approval. And you need to make sure that your committee members sign in black or blue ink. If you have a committee member that tends to like to use a different color ink, please just bring a pen with you because we can only accept black or blue ink. For the signature page, the month and year can be when they actually sign or when your degree will be awarded, whatever you prefer. And if you're getting this page signed in advance of printing the rest of your dissertation, make sure that you get at least 2 copies signed on 100% cotton paper. This page also should not have a page number. Some of the rest of these preliminary pages are optional. This is the copyright page. It is optional. You own the copyright, whether or not you include this page. Whatever page is your third page is where you begin the numbering with lowercase Roman numeral 3. You can include a dedication page and or an acknowledgments page. Those pages are also optional. Just keep in mind that these will be on the library website and on the internet for people to read, so it's best to be professional and brief. The vita is required for doctoral dissertations. We recommend that you don't include your contact information, but other than that, you can use the format that you prefer, something as simple as our example here, or something more detailed like you would use for your job search. The abstract is required for everyone, and it must be in this format. It must have the heading abstract, the title of your dissertation, by, and your name. The abstract itself does not have a limit on words anymore, but we still recommend that you keep it to about 350 words, which is 2 pages double-spaced. And if you're writing your dissertation in a language other than English, the abstract needs to be in English. The table of contents is optional. You can use this format, which is Chicago style, or if it's more appropriate for your discipline, you can use a different style, APA, MLA. Just consult with your committee to see what's appropriate and use that throughout. Also optional are other tables, list of figures, list of tables, list of abbreviations, list of maps, whatever is appropriate for what you're writing about. And again, the format for this may vary. So that's the end of the preliminary section. On the first page of your main document, you're going to restart page numbering at number 1 and continue numbering for every page after that. Page numbers should be centered at the bottom of the page, 3/4 of an inch from the bottom of the page. The margins are very strict for this because of the publishing requirements. So the top, bottom, and right margin need to be 1 1/4 inches, and the left margin needs to be 1 1/2 inches. The only thing that should intrude within those margins are the page numbers. Like I said, they are 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. We're not very specific about font. We want something that's standard and readable, but the dissertation text does need to be double-spaced. We recommend a 12-point font for most of the text. Your headings can be a little bit larger, and you can use as small as 10-point for footnotes or captions. Like I said, everything should be double-spaced, but footnotes, long quotes, tables, and captions can be single-spaced. Your final copy must be printed single-sided on 100% cotton paper. And just a note about landscape images and tables. They're absolutely fine with us, but you need to make sure that the page number is at the bottom of the page, the same as all of the other pages, and not on the long side of the page where Microsoft Word tends to want to put it. If you need help with this, contact our office and we can send you some instructions on how to make this change. So that is just a quick overview of the formatting and margins for the dissertation or thesis. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. The filing guide and template that I talked to you about is on our website. You can drop by our office for a pre-check or with questions at 3117 Cheadle Hall. We're open from 9 to noon and 1 to 4 every weekday. Or you can call or email us at 893-2277 or email academics@graddiv.ucsb.edu.
Well, thank you, Lindsay, for the first of 3 parts. And would you be willing to tell me what can folks look forward to in the next part of this series?
So in part 2, we're going to talk about some of the minimum requirements for filing your dissertation or thesis and receiving your degree. And in the third part, we're going to talk about doctoral requirements only, so the specific things that are just for doctoral students.
Very good. Thank you so much. We look forward to the rest of the series. And this is Don from gradpost.ucsb.edu.